Can you start off by telling us a little bit about your education and your background?
Yeah, my education. Went to school at St. Thomas Academy, and after that I went on to school at St. Cloud State. Um, I have a commercial license in real estate and also have a license in contracting. Did a little bit of background in
So you said you are a small business owner currently, or you own properties currently? What is like your day job now?
my day job now is, yes, I do. I have rental properties, and I am overseeing my rental properties throughout the city. That is pretty much my day job. And I've been, my residential remodeling business is also something that I do.
What is that like being 22 years old and deciding you're going to run for mayor? Most 22-year-olds, that's not on their mind. What brought you to that conclusion?
Well, I'm at the ripe old age of 23 now, as of my birthday, which is great, and it's very exciting. It's almost, I get to do things that other people have talked themselves out of almost.
Was that why did you make that choice?
Well, it was actually my fourth press release, and that was the thing. As we were sitting in a campaign meeting, and I said, look, if I actually write this up, then we'll get in the paper, because the first three just go ignored. I mean, the media does a very poor job, and present company excluded, but...
So tell me a little about your background. I know you went to the U of M. Where did you grow up, and what did you study in the U?
Okay, so I was born in Bangladesh, and my family immigrated here when I was 6 years old. And we lived in northeast Minneapolis. I mean, my story is pretty well known by now. It's my family grew up on food stamps and all that, and so I went to college as fast as I could. I actually went to a small liberal arts college for a year, then I went to the U of M, and I was done with my bachelor's by 19. And then I went into filmmaking in Minneapolis, and so a combination of like narrative films and corporate work. And
what do you plan to do about police accountability or criminal justice reform? Do you have any ideas on how to make police more transparent in what they're doing?
It's a fantastic question. With my background in law enforcement, I actually went through the Police Skills Academy, worked with St. Paul Police, the force unit a little bit, and there's a definite need to have the police accountable. But it's very important that they are extremely transparent and open about what they're doing, why they're doing it.
Maybe on a more proactive note before they get into schools, what else can we do to, you had mentioned like kids having kids, or maybe is there another program or another idea you have that will stop the violence before it starts?
The teachers have a very difficult job, and stopping the violence before it starts is, a wonderful idea, but again, let's look at reality. I mean, a lot of these kids don't have direction. They're coming from homes where there's a lot of trouble at home. Some of these kids don't even have homes. Their parents are maybe incarcerated, and there's a variety of things that these kids are going through. If there's a way to minimize the trouble and minimize the violence, that's the most important thing, safety in the schools.
So from your very well-designed website for running, I noticed you have a three-part plan for if you become mayor. Can you talk about those three parts?
Absolutely. So it comes down to economy, safety, and energy. And the backbone of it is a much more deeper, we had a 200-week agenda that we set out, but eventually we realized that most people don't have time to read 200 weeks worth of planning. So economy, energy, and safety. And economy essentially is basically strengthening people's ability to get higher paying jobs, so expanding tuition for higher education at MCTC, expanding on small business job programs. And for safety, we have a deep 14-point reform plan for how we can make our policing in our city much, much better. And combined with that is energy, which is at the backbone of our entire.
You want to save $70 million in the city budget. From where? How do you plan to do that?
Well, yeah, if you go on my website, I think it was 22 sources. Yep, so 22 specific sources that we'd get it from. So some examples would be currently the city spends about.
Can you start off by telling us a little bit about your education and your background?
Yeah, my education. Went to school at St. Thomas Academy, And after that, I went on to school at St. Cloud State. I have a commercial license in real estate and also have a license in.
So you said you are a small business owner currently, or you own properties currently? What is like your day job now?
My day job now is, yes, I do. I have rental properties, and I am overseeing my rental properties throughout the city. That is pretty much my day job.